And good Tuesday afternoon, everybody. I am Chief Meteorologist Dave Turley with your Weather Now update at this 2 o'clock hour. And of course, all eyes are going to be concerned and watched here on what's going on with Hurricane Florence. It is a very well-defined system, and this is something we're going to be watching and tracking. Thankfully, it looks like it's going to move to our north. But if you have any questions or comments, go to our Facebook page, WTOC Facebook page. Leave a question or a comment over there, and I will try to answer some of those here during this Weather Now. Or afterwards, when I'm done, I'll try to get back and answer them as much as I can. I know a lot of you have a lot of questions about what's happening. So let's give you the latest. There it is, the storm. See, we have pretty quiet weather here, and the storm is still almost just under 1,000 miles to the southeast of the Savannah region. We have 130-mile-per-hour winds currently, gusting to 160 though, and it's moving into the west-northwest. We've been waiting for that track over the past couple days, finally now working more to the west-northwest since late last night, I believe, and will continue on that west-northwesterly path. Now, it'll continue to move pretty quickly over the next couple of days, it looks like, Wednesday and into Thursday. As it approaches the North Carolina coastline, that's when the steering mechanism, which is moving this, is going to weaken a bit, and we're actually going to see a little bit of a blocking high pressure try to move into the north, and that means this system is really going to slow down, and that's going to be the major concern for parts of the Carolinas on into Virginia with the amount of rain which they're going to see. Now, here's the official track. We're going to zoom in a little bit more so we can get a little bit more detailed look. The official track still takes it north of Wilmington, getting over near the parts of the coastal areas of North Carolina near Carteret County, it looks like. Now it's more Friday, it looks like, as it takes a little bit more of a northerly turn, slowing down a little bit before landfall. If you were watching yesterday, again, we were thinking it would be more of a Thursday time frame. Now it looks like more of a Friday time frame, and maybe weakening just a bit, hopefully, fingers crossed, here as far as the amount of wind damage for parts of the Outer Banks and into North Carolina. Then notice here, this is Friday at 8 a.m. Saturday at 8 a.m., it's still over eastern North Carolina, and then Sunday at 8 a.m., it's in central North Carolina, weakening, though, as a tropical depression. So winds aren't going to be a big factor as you get into the weekend. Once it makes landfall, it should begin to quickly weaken as storms do, but that wind field starts to expand and as it weakens, and we are looking at tremendous amounts of rain expected for that area. Now, some people are talking about the cone of uncertainty here, being now Charleston and even parts of Beaufort County are officially in the cone of uncertainty. We need to explain what that cone of uncertainty is. And this is something that we have every year with these storms. People see that cone of uncertainty and they think, oh my goodness, we need to be concerned. I want to let you know that the cone of uncertainty is made up of different events here. So we got Sunday at 8 a.m. This is where they think the center of the storm is going to be. Saturday, 8 a.m. And each one of those times, they have a circle representing the error, the statistical error of where that center could be 2/3 of the time. So you see that this is rounded right here because that's the outer circle going into 120 hours, which would be Sunday at 8 a.m. And the statistical 2/3 error at 120 hours is going to be, I believe it's about 211 miles. So you go 211 miles from where that center is expected to be, forecast to be at that time, and that is the circle that you're going to get. And then it gets lesser and lesser. The circle gets smaller and smaller the closer you are to the time frame. So the first one, a 12-hour forecast, is only going to have a 29-mile radius circle. That'll be the forecast error. So it increases as you go out in time until you get to the 120-hour, which is a 211-mile circle. So you combine all those circles, and then you get them together, you draw lines, you connect them. That's your cone of uncertainty. And the reason it's looking this big is because the 211-mile radius is very close to the 96-hour and the 72-hour forecast, so it's all kind of blending together. That's why it looks like we're back into the cone, but really we're not going to see any type of hurricane impacts or anything like that for our area. Now, we do have to be concerned about as far as seeing some rain out of this system maybe Sunday and into Monday. That is what has been changing because the track has been changing. That's why we continue to say Watch what's going to be happening with this system because changes could be happening. What happens when the hurricanes, these systems, lose their steering mechanism? Well, they tend to meander until something else comes along to move them, and that might not be happening until Monday. So this could meander a little bit further southward, meander across parts of North Carolina. We're just not exactly sure where it's going to be going into Sunday and into Monday, and that could try to bring in some rain showers. Now, we're not expecting a lot of flooding rains at this time, but certainly it could introduce some rain showers. We're not expecting the wind. Here's what we have with the wind field here. These are the farthest out tropical storm force winds go. And right now, the tropical storm winds only extend out 170 miles from the center of the storm, so nowhere near our area. And hurricane force winds extend outward, I believe, at 60 miles right now from the center of the storm. So we do have a hurricane watch still from Edisto Beach all the way up the South Carolina coast, including all of North Carolina up to the Virginia border as of right now. Beaufort County, Jasper County, you are not under a hurricane watch. Neither is any of our Georgia counties right now, and nor do we expect to see any strong winds in here. Let's go hour by hour for that wind, and you know that went very quickly out there. But if I had some pause points in there, you would have seen this going out through Monday here right at midnight, so basically late through Sunday. Even by Sunday, we're not expecting any of these strong winds in here. It's a general 10 to 15, maybe a 20-mile-per-hour wind, so it's not going to be a big wind event for our area, so we don't have to be concerned about that. Now, along the coast, we can certainly get some gustier winds out here, maybe 25 to 35 miles per hour, and that'll be the main concern for beach erosion and high surf in that area. So again, here is the projected chance for tropical storm force winds going through Friday. Kind of stopped it right there. It's all well north of us. And as we continue to go in Saturday and into Sunday, not likely. We don't expect this to be a big wind event. So let's get into what we're looking at as far as the rain. And this is just one particular computer model right now. This is the European computer model starting out at Thursday as the storm is getting closer to the North Carolina coastline. Now, storms rotate in the counterclockwise here in the northern hemisphere. So that's going to bring us more of a northerly, northwesterly wind eventually. That's a drying wind for us, a downsloping wind off the Appalachians, and that means we might not see much in the way of anything here Thursday, even into Friday. Very dry weather here on the backside, the southwest side of this system. Now look at all the rain here. Myrtle Beach, even just north of Charleston, into Wilmington. Forecast models are suggesting maybe over 40 inches of rain into the Wilmington, North Carolina area, because you see by Friday at 6 a.m., watch what happens as we continue to go into the weekend. This storm just doesn't move. There's Friday at 7 p.m. Still North Carolina getting the heavy rain. Saturday through 8 a.m. It's eastern North Carolina. No rain here yet for our area into Saturday morning. And as we continue into Saturday, the European model tries to bring the center a little bit further southward into South Carolina before moving it out of here Sunday and Monday. So you see by Sunday, that would try to bring in some of the scattered showers into our area. But again, the heaviest stuff is going to be on the north side of where the circulation is going to be. And we never get on the north side of that circulation. So some scattered showers are possible right now, Sunday, and you see by Monday it gets out of here. Check out some of these impressive rain totals in here. You see Charleston, according to the European model, through Sunday at 11 o'clock, getting about 5.5 inches, Columbia over 4 inches. But look at Wilmington, North Carolina, almost 40 inches of rain, and the GFS has just about the same amount of rain totals for Wilmington. Jacksonville getting over 22 inches. That's going to cause tremendous amounts of catastrophic inland flooding for those areas, and that rain is still forecast to stay to the north of our area. So here's the bottom line right now of what we expect on Florence. Landfall still expected Friday in North Carolina, and it may move a little bit further south once it moves inland and weakens as we go into Sunday and Monday. That's going to bring us the chance for seeing some rain showers, but no rain or any wind damage is anticipated with this. It's still expected to be more of a coastal concern. High surf, rip currents, beach erosion is possible, and maybe it looks like maybe at the times of high tide, we still have at least a chance for seeing some flooding going on at the times of high tide. So that's what it looks like right now. If you have any questions, we're going to go over here to our Facebook page right now, see if you have any of those questions, put on the glasses, and see if we can answer some of those for you right now. Hello to you, Bella. Georgia said needs to take in animals, horses, and livestock and pets from other areas. Yeah, because we're going to be okay. So if we're going to be taking other areas, a lot of the humane societies and stuff will have cooperation with other ones where they can bring the pets into different areas. So that's always a good thing to have. Tasha says, I have a cousin who just bought a house on MC Beach, North Carolina. And y'all pray for everyone in North Carolina. Not sure what MC Beach, but North Carolina. That is not a good place to be here coming up for Friday and into the weekend. Hello to you, Tony. Chanel, you got that right. Nobody got time for hurricanes. Georgette says it moved south. No, the track still takes it in North Carolina. Eventually, the low pressure system, what's left of it Sunday and Monday, as it's kind of meandering, could try to make its way into parts of South Carolina and try to bring us some showers by Sunday. But again, no impact as far as any wind damage for our area. We might get some showers in here Sunday and Monday, and we have increased the rain chances a bit because of that. Hello to you, Celisa. Hello to you, Crystal. No, it didn't move south. Thank you, Mary Jo. It did not, exactly. Darian, hello to you. And hello to you, Isaac. Nice to see you. Let's see. Mark, hello to you. Nice to see you. Sally, thanks for joining us. Let's see. Hey, from Bamberg, South Carolina, Ben says, hello to you, Ben. What about other hurricanes? We're going to get to that in a second. I just wanted to give you an update on Florence. Then we're going to get into the other stuff going on in the tropics and a look at what's going on locally here. Possibility of more south landfall. How about north? No, models have been very consistent on this for the past couple of days, and they continue to be tightly compact on the models of where they want to bring this system, and it's a landfall into North Carolina. Now, after that, once it starts to slow down, that's where we get a little bit of the discrepancy as far as where models want to bring this here. But it would be a much weaker storm, no strong hurricane winds or anything like that. We'll be watching where the rain is going to go, and it looks like still it's more of an upstate South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia event. Hello to you, Akimi. Lily, hey, how are you? Nice to see you. Upstate went from 2 inches to 4 to 5 inches. Yeah, Tony, that's exactly right. In South Carolina, based on where the center of Florence is going to go. And again, it's still a big question mark where it's going to go once it makes landfall, because it just has nothing really to be pushing it at that time. So it's going to be stalling out or drifting across parts of North Carolina and then maybe getting into South Carolina, which would definitely increase your rainfall totals. Hello to you, Sabrina, talking about Beaufort in the clear. You are in the clear for any type of impact from this storm making landfall there. The storm is going to move to your north. Now, you might get some showers in here Sunday into Monday, but it's certainly nothing to worry about what we're looking at, especially what they're going to get for North Carolina and into even South Carolina as far as Myrtle Beach is concerned. When is the rain supposed to start for our area? Patrick wants to know. We have an outdoor event at Lake Mare Friday and Saturday. Again, Friday, I think you're going to be fine. Thursday and Friday, like I said, rain chances go down. We're looking at 20% at best. Saturday, maybe later into the day, depending on the track of where Florence is moving at that time. You might try to see some showers in here, especially north of I-16 in or South Carolina areas. But again, that just all depends on what the track is. I'm not expecting an all-day rain coming up. These will be scattered showers in here, possible Sunday and into Monday. So those are some of the questions for you. What's the strength of the hurricane by Sunday? Will not be a hurricane by Sunday. It looks like more of a tropical depression at that time over North Carolina. Let's see. Hello to you, Ari. And how about if Florence moves south when it gets closer? Not expected to move south, so we don't have to worry about that too much now. We are still breathing a sigh of relief here for our entire viewing area. Now, Charleston northward are still going to be monitoring this storm very closely, especially Myrtle Beach on into parts of North Carolina. So we are looking much better in here for our viewing area. If you're watching here up in North Carolina or you got family up there, unfortunately, that is not looking like this is going to be something you really want to see. And hopefully you are watching this, pay attention to the weather up in that area and making plans to get out, because not only are you going to see that wind along the coast, but flooding is going to be very catastrophic for that area if you're getting 30 to 40 inches of rain for North Carolina. So that's the bottom line associated with Florence. Let's talk about the other areas. There's Florence right now. We have Tropical Storm Isaac behind that. And this is expected to move into the Caribbean and weekend. We're not really too concerned about that right now. Helene, not going to be a threat to anybody. It looks like that's expected to work northward. We have Invest 95L here between the Yucatan and Cuba. That has a 60% chance in the next 5 days to try to develop into something, but it looks like it's going to be moving back more towards Texas and Louisiana. And we also have another area here out in the North Atlantic that the Hurricane Center is watching. That could become tropical or subtropical in the next couple of days, but no threat to any land area. So very active in the tropics. Want to make sure you know how you can track that. The WTOC First Alert Weather app is a great tool to get your information out there. Cutter Martin posted the 11 a.m. advisory. Actually, that's the 8 a.m. advisory. We should be having the 11 a.m. advisory coming up there, talking about what we are anticipating in here. You can always get the updated information there on the WTOC First Alert Weather app. Right there at the top, there'll be an updated video for you. And it's also got that live radar if you're concerned about what's happening out there now. We do have a few showers out there. Another great place is the WTOC Hurricane Center page. That has all the tropical information you need to know. As you scroll down to that, there's all the active tropical systems that we're monitoring, and then any of that information below, as you can see, wind probabilities, rain rain totals, watches, warnings, and evacuation routes. A lot of other information right there on the WTOC Hurricane Center page. We want to make sure you are informed as possible. So that's the tropics. Let's get to what's going on locally here. A few scattered showers are developing here. We had some of the thunderstorms here across parts of Beaufort just about an hour ago, but they quickly dissipated. Seeing a few little showers, it looks like, right over Beaufort, maybe even moving inland here along 21 as you're getting over towards the Hunting Island area and Fripp Island region. Little shower activity just south of Levy along 17. Had a little bit of lightning here in Garden City, right along 516 as it moved closer over towards the WTOC station as well, getting over towards Southbridge, but that looks like it's weakening as well. We got another area here moving just to the south of I-16. That's moving inland. A few more of these scattered showers. Not really seeing any lightning here back towards Swainsboro, but Twin City, one little lightning strike there. We have a little lightning strike north of Sylvania, and I think we'll see a few more of these scattered showers in here. You see a little bit of some lightning again just southwest of the Denton area, north of the Alma region. These storms aren't really moving all that much, so they could produce some locally heavy rain, but general trend will be for these to be very widely scattered. Not everybody's going to see the rain. You see where we're not seeing the rain. We're already seeing the 90s out there. And just like the past couple of days, these are expected to weaken pretty quickly here by sunset. So highs today getting into the low 90s here, depending if your area sees that shower. Hour by hour shows how quickly the shower chances really weaken and move inland here, especially with the sea breeze. Once you get past that 4 or 5 o'clock hour, coastal areas are going to be drier, and I think we'll all be pretty quiet here heading into the evening hours. So let's get into what we have in your 7-day forecast, and there's your rain chances. Tomorrow will be a 40% chance for afternoon showers and storms. We're going to lower the rain chances here. We're going to adjust those icons as we continue to see some drier air building in Thursday and Friday, but we might have to bump up some of those rain chances Sunday and into Monday, depending on where Florence actually goes. So it still bears watching for any rain for us. We're still not looking at a direct impact from this as far as any tropical storm, hurricane force winds, or any type of flooding rains. So that's definitely some good news. So the latest advisory will be coming out, the next one at 5 p.m. We're going to have that for you coming up on The News at 5, and we're going to have more information on air here starting on The News at 4 with meteorologist Jamie Erdahl. Until then, have yourself a great Tuesday.